Ebo State in 1999, and they've been able to uphold it to some extent in some areas. I have issues with zoning when it comes to the issue of House of Assembly and House of Reps and the Senate, because this is a legislative or lawmaking assembly. You need people who are experienced, people who are exposed, people who have the who go to the House and become ranking members. For instance, if you are a new timer in the House of Reps, you will not be allowed perhaps to contribute to major debate. You sit behind the bar. The leadership at the front row, the ranking members at the second row, then you, the newcomer, you sit behind. Before you now begin to contribute to debate on the floor of the House, you must have been on the floor observing for like 2 years or more. So I have issues with this issue of zoning. I have said that in 2023, what we expect in Akwa Ibom will be having a low return. Those that will go to the House of Reps are not going to be. You won't have majority of the current members going back again for either a second term or a third term because of this issue of zoning. Likewise, in the House of Assembly, those who are returning back to the Assembly, you may not have a handful of them go back there to become a ranking members. You won't have a few. So ideally, the party ought to depart from this argument of zoning and allow people to go in. Take for instance, I am from Barene. We have 4 clans in Barene, and if you want to go by this issue of zoning, you will see that the 4 clans, of course, will be involving. But truth is, there has never been zoning in Barene. I have been in Barene for several years, and this argument keep reoccurring. Each year of election, every clan of Barene comes out to contest for that particular office of the House of Assembly. What happens is that the moment somebody emerges from one clan, from Barene, the other clan will now share power. When it's time for the chairmanship opposition, it will go to the other clan. When the governor wants to appoint a commissioner, he appoints from the other clan. If you want to have SSA, you appoint from the other clan. You spread the power across, not zoning. And what you have today in Barene, unfortunately, those who are trying to promote it are those who are in government. Like, for example, the commissioner for Works and Fire Service, he is the chairman of the Maintain Peace Movement, and he is fit to promote this zoning debate and polarize Barene with argument of zoning. And now you have tension everywhere and insecurity. Last time we heard of kidnapping of a reverend father, kidnapping of a pastor, and instead of these political leaders talking about peace and how to address this insecurity in Barene, all the concern is zoning. So for me, the PDP primaries should not be used to heat up politics in the state. Let everybody be allowed to go to the field, test your strength, and if you emerge, you emerge. Don't forget that Section 84 sub 12 of the Electoral Act, that talked about those who should vote and be voted for. That issue is still hanging, is still in court, and I believe that the PDP and other parties will not allow the politics to be heated up. I don't want this issue of consensus candidates. I don't want this issue of preferred candidates. I want everyone to go to the field and test your strength at the pool.
Well, I will take on the gentleman agreement. That's the issue with the zoning, the sake of fairness, equity, and justice. And there are some that have argued that yes, a competent leader can come from anywhere. It doesn't have to be one person or a certain tribe. A competent leader can come from anywhere. Are you saying it should be scrapped out completely, because in some quarters the zoning is just for a term? So let's assume, because you talked about performance, let's assume if it's a zoning for just a term of 4 years, and the person goes and did not perform, and he comes back and then he's zoned to another place.
No, you seem to remove the people away. I have said here that the people have a major role to play. They are the voters. This is party politics now. I'm not in the party, but when they finish their party arrangement, they come back to us to vote them. Now, when somebody has not performed, that is why you allow the other clans, the other party, the other people to come out from everywhere. But when the party seems to, because we are playing party politics, the party seems to dominate and bring out somebody who has not performed, and because the person is the party's preferred choice and it emerges as the party's flag bearer, the other clans can bring somebody who can perform, and the person will definitely emerge. That was why Ekon Samson, the current one of the person contesting for the senatorial seat in Barene, was able to emerge for a second term in Barene for House of Assembly. If there was zoning, he wouldn't have gone there. The person who was there before, the current House member Otto Bongdem, he contested the office, because this is legislative office. It's not, it's not executive office where you say it has to do with the governor or the council chairman. But here you need experience. I have told you that for you to be a speaker in the assembly, you must be a ranking member. For you to be in the house leadership, you must be a ranking member. When you keep on doing 4 years, the area will be robbed of all these positions.
All right. So would you say, in your opinion, that both the PDP and the APC are after candidates that can win election, not really about who the people want or who can actually do the job? Is it about party first?
That is why I have said here that the people, I'm addressing the people and the party at the same time. I'm saying the people should be ready to vote for the best person in their areas. They know who they want. The party can project whoever they want using their own mechanism, zoning or no zoning. But my own thinking is that the party should consider that you need ranking members, you need experience, you need exposure. I've told you that in the next administration, I will say we'll be losing out in the Senate. The 3 senators are not going back. Senator Basi Albert has bought the governorship, is going for governorship. The man elected, Senator Koyayi, the zoning issue has debarred her from going back. Senator Chris Ekponyang won't go back because of this zoning debate. Now it then means that in the Senate, the state will be losing out. We'll be having 3 freshers going to the Senate. By the time issues are discussed, they will not be given opportunity to defend or project the state. Likewise, in the House of Reps, if you look at out of the 10 of them, few of them are not going back because of this debate of zoning. And then those who are able to go back, there will be few. Now the truth is, if you have a majority, if you have 10, and out of 10 you allow 6 to return, these 6 are able to lobby and get juicy positions, juicy ministries, juicy committees, and chair them, and then lobby and bring in contract and project and employment to the youth of the state. But when you have 10 freshers, or 8 out of 10, or 7 out of 10 3 out of 10 to return, you will be doing the state a great evil. Likewise, in the House of Assembly, you have 26 members. If you don't allow majority of them to return, you will not be having quality laws. What you'll be having will be laws that are not going to stand the test of time. And these are people who will go and pay lip service to the executive because they are not experienced. So we need those who are inexperienced in the legislative assemblies.
So do you need it to be like the PDP presidential that we've seen? They've thrown it open. The floor is now open for everyone to be part of it. They say everyone can come and freely contest and let the best man win. Does that sit well with you?
That is my argument. You see, the PDP, they were able to gauge
at the national level.
Yeah, to gauge my mindset when they came up to say we don't want to zone. If we are to zone, we would have zoned it 6 months to the party's primaries, because if you must zone, it mustn't be when you open up and everybody have bought the party's form from all the zones, and the party has now been committed to everybody. If you now come and zone out somebody, you have shifted the goalpost in the middle of the game. The person can sue you. So the party now came up and said, we don't want to zone again. Everybody can contest. But I think that is what should be applied to every part of the state where PDP is seeking to have candidates. You don't have to hold a different position or argument at the federal level. At state level, you have a different argument. At local level, you have this. You are trying to sing discordant tones. So my argument is that zoning breeds mediocrity. Zoning breeds lack of governance. It breeds myopic argument. Myopic point of conversation. You look at the issue beyond the array of zoning and look at development. What do we need at the local government level, at the state level, at the federal level is governance. And if you don't have people who can actually perform to go in there because of this argument of zoning, you will be robbing the area of opportunity to have good governance.
All right, you can be part of the conversation via WhatsApp. We'll see your messages coming in already. That's 0906-030-8705. 0906-030-8705. The studio lines remain 0905-995-1059.